Now, our next speaker has a very vivid vision for how we can do this. She has made it her passion, her mission, to create a role for the private sector in a world where people, planet, and profit go hand in hand. And I have it on great authority, yes indeed, that when she makes something her mission, mountains, even mighty Mount Rushmore, can be moved. So please give a warm welcome to the Executive Director of the United Nations Global Compact, Ms. Lise Kingo.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United Nations. What a pleasure to be here with all of you today. And what tremendous energy is in this amazing hall. This has been an absolutely amazing year. In New York in September, in Paris in December, and in Istanbul just last month, the world came together to turn our hopes and dreams of a better future into an ambitious agenda for 2030. Never before have we been so united as a global community. The Sustainable Development Goals, the Paris Climate Agreement, and the Agenda for Humanity, an incredible series of events that stand to change the course of history. And as a very dear and wise friend of me said, it could only happen here at the United Nations. I thank you, Secretary General, for your leadership and for uniting us around a shared vision of the world we want and a shared plan for getting there. I also want to acknowledge your tremendous support of the UN Global Compact over the years. Your belief in the power of UN business collaboration helped grow the Global Compact from a good idea whose time had come into the world's largest global network of sustainable companies. Your stewardship helped bring us to this exciting new place of opportunity. In this turbulent and changing world, changes such as population growth, resource scarcity, and global health risks are far too great for one sector to tackle alone, which is why governments, the UN, and civil society are calling on the private sector as a critical partner in implementing the 2030 Agenda. And looking around the room today, it's clear that companies are ready to answer the call. Where do we begin? Very simply, we must first look to our values. The UN Global Compact is built on the premise that companies have an important role to play in improving the world, first and foremost by doing business responsibly. As the Secretary General emphasized, to advance the SDG agenda, we need companies to start by incorporating the UN Global Compact 10 principles widely into strategies and operations. Good practices or innovation in one area of a company's business cannot make up for doing harm in another. Smart companies have shown how principles provide a common ground for partners, a moral code for employees, an accountability measure, and ultimately are the foundation for building trust across the board. Principles are simply good business. And with the SDGs, companies have gained a new North Star for a world in constant change. Addressing everything from inequality and conflict to unemployment and climate change, the global goals reflect the complex, interconnected operating environments that business face across the world. There is no doubt that this is a daunting agenda. At the same time, the opportunities at hand are enormous. Global challenges, whatever related to food and water crisis or conflict and inequality, are in need of solutions from all sectors, including business. Financing the SDGs will be essential, and the financial sector must play a crucial role. I'm very proud that our sister initiative, the PRI, now has more than $60 trillion under management, and that our Sustainable Stock Exchange initiative cover more than half of all exchanges in the world. And later today, we will hear more about impact investments and a very interesting partnership that we are establishing on the Global Compact 100 Index. We need to invent, develop, and launch countless new ideas and solutions within a very short time. In other words, the SDGs not only identify where we have to be in 2030 to create a sustainable world that leaves no one behind, they also outline new markets and opportunities for companies all over the world. To succeed, we must turn the global goals into business action and impacts in the markets around the world. We can succeed and we must succeed, but we need all of you to join the journey. Making global goals local business will be the key priority for the Global Compact. We will stand ready to be a leading catalyst of the transformation ahead. We will devote all our capabilities and global network to make it happen, based on the sound values and principles that the UN Global Compact is built upon. We will prove that companies that do business responsibly and find opportunities to innovate around the SDGs will be the market leaders of tomorrow. And we will illustrate the impact of this crucial work across the private sector. This Leaders' Summit is indeed the first formal step on our journey to transform dreams into realities. Because we have the will, the capabilities, and the power to do so. But it will only be possible if we build alliances and partnerships between business and all relevant stakeholders. This is why it's so wonderful to be joined here today by so many people across sectors, and especially the students that have come today to join us here at the UN. And I would like them all to stand up so we can see you. Let's see all the young people in the room. Wow, it's wonderful to see you. Keep on standing for a moment. Thank you for being here to inspire us, to challenge us, and to remind us that we can do better for future generations. You are not passive inheritors of a future planet. You are the architects for a better tomorrow. And it happens right now. I encourage everyone at the summit to connect with these young leaders, ask them to share their visions for what a better tomorrow might look like and how business can help us get there. We stand to learn a lot from each other. So now, as you can probably tell, I firmly believe in the power and potential of the SDGs. But let's also be clear. We have reached a point in human history where our planet is at peril. There's only one planet, and it's ours. There's only one moment, and it's now. So let's seize the day and work together, all of us as pioneers, to achieve the SDGs, turning risks into opportunities, making global goals local business, and creating the world we want. There's so much we can accomplish together, and we have just begun. And there is no plan B. Thank you for joining us on the journey ahead.